Quick pop quiz, JG. What is SoFi?
SoFi is Southern Financial.
Oh,
Yes,
there we
JG.
go.
I knew you was gonna know it, cause he a man who got his money right. See,
Yeah.
if you got your money right, then you know what SoFi is. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
People who don't got their money right, they need to figure out what SoFi is. So
I said,
There you go.
there you go.
So fire stadium. That's what people are calling it.
So fire, yes sir. That's a nice little name for it.
We're back with more Call to the Booth. That's Aqib Talib. That's Harrison Sanford. And you heard a snippet of our interview with Jared Goff. That was in our Wednesday show. And obviously he plays in the NFC West. And we've been breaking down division by division, our sleeper picks, our buyer beware picks, red zone warning, a player that's going to get you a lot of touchdowns if you're playing him in fantasy. There's a no-fly zone for secondaries that are really elite. Aqib would know a lot about that as well. And then obviously we have our sleeper picks as well. So might as well go through the NFC West. Paul's going to give us a minute. Paul, our producer, shout out to Paul. He's going to put out a minute on the clock. Keep, you got 1 minute to give us all your picks in there. So we're going to get this started in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, let's do it.
Who is your sleeper pick?
Sleeper pick. He's really not a sleeper, you know what I'm saying? He was just my special guest, but I think a lot of people is sleeping on Jared Goff. I think Jared Goff is going to come out and have an amazing offensive production type season. It's a well-oiled machine, man. That Rams offense is probably, I guarded a lot of offenses, but that Rams offense is crazy, man. It's one of the best put together systems that I ever seen, that I ever went against in practice, that I ever went against, period.
We'll give you a little break here. You took about 30 seconds on that one, but it is Jared, so we'll give you a break. What about your red zone warning, a player that's going to get a lot of touchdowns?
Red zone warning to be one of Jared Goff's targets, man. Cooper Kupp, I think he scored 10 touchdowns last season, coming off an injury. I'd like him to score maybe 13, 14 this year.
Can't miss prospect?
Can't miss prospect, man. Let's go Russell. Of course, we got to go Russell Wilson. He's a magician in that pocket. He's going to create plays for everybody, man. He's going to throw a bunch of touchdowns, low interceptions like he always do, a bunch of yards. So Russell Wilson, you can't miss with him.
And buyer beware.
Buyer beware. I'm going to go Jimmy G. A lot of quarterbacks on this list today. I'm going to go Jimmy G just because the San Francisco 49ers, they stand on that run game. So you can go 6 weeks all running, 300 yards, 200 yards, straight running the ball, and his passing numbers are not as good. So buyer beware on Jimmy G.
And obviously, with Emmanuel Sanders now being in New Orleans, I assume that's going to have an impact on how he passes or people that he's looking forward to getting the ball to. I'm surprised you didn't have, with that being said, I'm surprised you didn't have your red zone warning for George Kittle.
Man, I like Kittle. I like what he do. But I just was able to be a part of that practice with the Rams. And I know how they use Cooper Kupp down there. That's why he was able to score 10 touchdowns last year off an injury. So he going to do something crazy. At least 10 again, but I like it to be a couple more than what he did last year.
All right, so we're done with the NFC West. Let's go on to the NFC East.
NFC
Cowboys,
East.
Giants, Eagles, and that Washington football team. All right, run the clock. We got 1 minute, and we'll go with your can't-miss prospect first.
Can't miss prospect Zeke, man. He scored a bunch of touchdowns for you last year. He's going to score a bunch of touchdowns for you again. Maybe even more this year because adding CeeDee Lamb to the equation, man, it's going to be a lot of too highs. You're going to be almost scared to play single high against these guys. So, man, too high equals a great run game.
You know, the Cowboys are going to have a great offense, but I don't know how the offense will be for the Philadelphia Eagles, and I feel like your buyer beware might be coming from that team.
Yeah, buyer beware, man. I'm going to go Carson Wentz just because, man, we got to put together a healthy season, man. We know the talent is there. There's guys around him, but we got to stay healthy, man. So until he do that, we got to buyer beware.
How about your sleeper pick?
Sleeper pick, man. Let's go Terry McLaurin. Scary Terry, man. He got great rapport with his quarterback, 2 O-State guys. Man, I think he's going to be the safety net. He's going to be the safety net for Haskins, man. So, Scary Terry, man. He's the sleeper of the NFC East.
And I'm not going to really talk about the Giants too much this year, but if they do start winning a lot, I might start saying a lot of shit on this thing. So I think your red zone warning might be coming from them.
Hey, red zone warning. Evan Ingram, man, young quarterback, smaller receivers on the outside. He's a big body red zone guy. He'll get a bunch of targets in the red zone.
Okay, no fly zone coming out of the NFC East.
No fly zone. There is not a no fly zone in the NFC East. Sorry,
okay,
guys.
Let's keep it rolling. Let's go to the NFC South. You can't miss prospect. I think there's a number of names here.
Easy call for me. I mean, I could have said Tom Brady. Like you said, it's a number of names, but let's go Drew Brees, man. We talked about those well-oiled machines, guys hopping right in and doing what they did last year. I think Drew Brees will do that.
Well-oiled machine in Tampa as well,
Yeah,
but maybe too well-oiled for a particular person.
Man, buyer beware, man. Chris Godwin, just because he had such a great year last year, a lot of people going to want to pick him up on their team. But you add Gronk, man, you add Fournette. It's only one football out there, baby. So, hey, I think the targets will come down a little bit. I don't know if the targets will be there for Godwin this year.
And I know we try to keep this under a minute, but we're going to show some special love to one of your former guys for our sleeper pick.
Hey, sleeper pick. Remember you heard it first, man. My dog, TG, man. He coming off, media talking this, media saying that. I know he got a big chip on his shoulder. He ready to go this year, man. It's his show. And then they got a nice offense out there in Atlanta, too. Some receivers that'll make you play too high. And like I said, too high equals a great run game, man. So, TG, don't sleep on my dog, TG.
He used to play between the hedges, so now I'm sure he's happy to be playing in the Atlanta Dome or the Mercedes-Benz Center. And then finally, yes, indeed. And finally, your red zone warning?
Red zone warning, Gronk. It's Gronk, man. So, I mean, we already seen what Tom and Gronk could do. I can't imagine they don't do it in Florida. So, Gronk.
We'll go over to the NFC North now, start the minute clock. And this guy's been going on for a while, but buyer beware might be coming from that Minnesota Vikings team.
Man, buyer beware, man. I'm gonna go Adam Thielen, man, just because it's his show now. It's not who's gonna guard Diggs. It's Thielen. It's a Thielen show now. He'll get all the safety help. He'll get the Gilmores, the Ramseys, He'll get all the number one DBs who follow guys. And usually when you do that, man, your targets go down. The number two guy, he cranks up a little bit. So, I mean, I think that's why we putting Justin Jefferson as our sleeper, man, because he's going to have a bunch of targets. There's going to be a lot of safety leaning to Thielen, a lot of number one corners on Thielen. Justin Jefferson, man, he's going to be our sleeper for the North. He have a bunch of targets this year.
And this, when we're talking about this NFC North, a lot of the conversations around the Packers and the Vikings. And I think you got two Packers here for your can't miss and for your red zone warning.
Definitely can't miss Aaron Rodgers, man. He going to be Aaron Rodgers again, just like he's been for his entire career. And that red zone warning, man, we're going to go Aaron Jones because he put in a bunch of points last year, man, bunch of touchdowns. And I think he's really just now getting into that groove, man. So they're going to find new ways to get him the ball, and he'll be productive again.
All right, let's go over to the AFC with the AFC East. And this division, it feels mighty different without Tom Brady in it. And coming up with these superlatives a little bit different as well.
Man, this division, man, it kind of had me on my heels a little bit, man. I couldn't find a can't miss guy. It was hard to find a buyer beware. It was just, I spent a lot of time on this division. So my can't miss guy, usually a quarterback or a running back, but this year I'm going Trey White, man. Right now I'm going Trey White. It's a can't miss defender. If you got a guy going against Trey White, don't start him. Don't play him that week. Trey White is an absolute shutdown DB, man. He's right there with those top tier guys. I think he's right on Ramsey and Gilmore heels, man. He's really a lockdown corner out here.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the AFC West gave us one no-fly zone team, and I think we might have another no-fly zone team coming from this division.
The Patriots, baby. I'm gonna give them the no-fly tag, man. They got the McCourty brothers. They got Young 25 in the slot, man. They got Gilmore strapping everybody's number one receiver. Even without Chung, I think this group will be one of those groups, man. It's a bunch of talent, and it's a bunch of vets, and that actually matters in the NFL. Guys who really watch film, who really study, they really get on the same page. So, man, Patriots, no fly stamp, man. They got it.
We're over a minute here, but I feel like we should give respect to your sleeper pick in Cam Newton.
Man, I'm excited, Cam. I think him and Josh McDaniels are locking their heads together right now, and I think they're going to have a crazy, crazy red zone plan with Cam, man. They're going to really lean on him like his younger days, man, and they're going to find creative ways to get the tight ends balls and running backs. They got a bunch of backs there, and he gonna use his legs as well. So Cam, man, sleeper of the AFC East. I'm super excited to watch you play, brother.
The AFC North, one of the most physical divisions in football, and the can't-miss prospect, MVP from last year, I would assume.
Definitely. Lamar Jackson, man, running crazy through the North. I think the passing aspect of his game would be a lot better this year. He probably was in his house during COVID and really locking in on the passing aspect of his game. So next level for Lamar this year.
That athleticism and put him in the lab for another offseason coming off a disappointing loss is a scary thing. Red zone warning.
Red zone warning. I'm gonna go Hooper, Austin Hooper. Nice size target down there, man. Great hands. He's always finding a way to score touchdowns.
And the Browns have given Baker Mayfield all that he could ask for offensively. Buyer beware.
Buyer beware. I'm gonna go AJ Green. Not nothing against AJ Green. But I think just anytime you're dealing with a rookie quarterback, man, you gotta beware. And then AJ still coming off the injury, he got a little hamstring issue. But and then they started off with against the Chargers defense, man. That's a tough defense to start the season against. So buyer beware. Nothing against AJ. I love AJ Green, man. Just he got rookies around you.
AJ, one of the nicest stars that deals with the media. As for my time in Cincinnati, always been stand-up guy. And then finally, your sleeper pick, also coming from another Ohio team.
Sleeper pick, man. I'm going Kareem Hunt just because I don't know. I foresee in the future Cleveland being in some shootouts, some high-scoring games, and Kareem Hunt is a little bit better out the backfield, man. He catches the ball, so I see him getting a lot of playing time. Him and Chubb kind of splitting that thing. Him really getting involved in that passing game, man. So red zone, I see Chubb getting a lot of the totes, but I also see Kareem Hunt in there, man, getting involved in that pass game.
Yeah, all eyes are on the Cleveland Browns this year. Obviously, there's tremendous teams all over the league, but for whatever reason, the Cleveland Browns are going to be captivating to watch, whether they win or they lose. Always indeed.
And we do have a no-fly zone. We have a no-fly zone.
Oh, we do have a new fly zone in the AFC North?
Well, it was a no-fly zone. It's kind of a toss-up, man. I kind of want to see these safeties early. If one of these safeties emerge and they start playing ball, I'm going to give them the tag. Because with Humphreys and Marcus Peters and King on that outside, man, that's hard not to be a no-fly zone with those guys. But if Earl was there, it'll definitely be a no-fly zone. So we'll give them a week or two. If they show us something in this first game against Cleveland, man, we might give them the tag.
We're going to have to, throughout the course of the year, we're going to have to put like a no-fly zone team rankings, like your top 5 no-fly zone. Obviously, there's not even 5 teams right now, the top no-fly zone, because you're right. You can't just be giving it out to anybody.
You can't give it out like that.
That's not
like that,
right.
Harrison, nah. But hopefully some emerge as the season go on.
Yes, indeed. I always love watching shutdown corners, so I would love to see more of that, even though obviously we're in a passing league now. Enjoy doing that. And as you highlighted, 2 players in the AFC North, 2 players from the AFC North as well will also be in your DFS picks for Week 1. Yes, people, you get the expertise of Aqib Talib making decisions on the best players to pick in DFS for Week 1 of the NFL season. It's something that we'll do all year long. We'll come right back with Aqib's A-plus lineup for Week 1 of DFS. Yes, that's right. His expertise helping you make your decisions and whatever DFS site that you play with. 2 AFC North players will be featured in it. Make sure you come back right after the break.
Want more dope content? Subscribe and check out the YouTube channel. And while you at it, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Call to the Booth.